doing tonight? It's Robert Beaton here on Kelocal Lockdown Tuesdays. This is where all the Trini local musicians get to shine. And I think it's totally badass. Rock on.
The fire in your eyes, God knows why, but you're the anchor of my heart. When you sing a sad song, it's slow enough to bring the whole world to her knees. In a fashionable rapture that's killing us all. Let's have the universe destroyed. It's got so beautifully decaying as the universe explodes. And the ocean smiles with the weight in her eyes as her waves crash like tears while she cries. One baby, stay with me tonight. Let's watch the mountains and the comets collide. Over the water, hearts beating faster on the floor, but there's nowhere left for us to die. And the world ends today, sky so beautifully decaying as the universe explodes. And the ocean smiles with the weight in her eyes as her waves crash like tears while she cries. Let's cut our arms and bleed until we fall. Let's cut our arms and bleed until we fall. And the world ends today, sky so beautifully decaying as the universe explodes. And the ocean smiles with the weight in her eyes as her waves crash like tears while she cries. And the world ends today, and the world ends today, and it's got so beautiful, so beautiful. Running wild, running free, got me winded for a body. Turn me on and turn me off. What's the use, what's the use? Lies are lost. Running wild, running free, got me winded for a body. Turn me on and turn me off. What's the use, what's the use?
sent so happily. Just another, another demon sea to turn me on and turn me off. What's the use, what's the use? I'm at love.
She's got no place for the same. Fever in her brain. Demented lovers forever. It's just not the same. When you ride the white horse. When you ride until you're lost. When you ride.
sadness as deep as a well. You're blue as the sky and the water in your eye. You're twisting in fiery hell. Blue, blue, woman, I know you. I know about this pain that you hide. But where does it go when you don't let it show? It's spinning a hole deep inside. Blue is the color of sorrow and pain, and blue is the hurt that you feel. But blue is the water of Mama Ocean. She'll rock you and wash you and heal. Fire in your bed, and red is the fire in your soul. Fire possess you, and fire will bless you and warm you inside when it's cold. Blue is the color of sorrow and pain, and blue is the hurt that you feel. But blue is the water of Mama Ocean. She'll rock you and wash you and heal. you bled and read the wet beat of your heart. It beats a new rhythm, this is your baptism, and here is a place you can start. Blue is the color of sorrow and pain, and blue is the hurt that you feel. But blue is the water of Mama Ocean, she'll rock you and wash you and heal. Blue, blue, sister, I see you. Blue, blue, woman, I know you. Blue, blue, water inside you. Blue, blue, fire inside you.
Left the door unlocked, nobody knocked. Turn around if you want to, just testing, testing, 1, 2. Just as I thought, no one's listening, and no one hears my call at all. What am I missing? It's got to be a dream. I scream obscene. Nothing left that I can do. Still testing, so screw you. I was right, still no one's listening to me, and no one hears my call at all. What am I missing? Why bother even try at all? 'Cause no one's listening. No one sees me stall at all. If you look down, you'll see me crawling. So who cares? I could speak it, shout it, scream and bawl it on deaf ears. Someone help me up, 'cause I have fallen, 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 and no one hears my call.
Yes, sir.
What am I missing?
That's right. We're coming at you live at OurRadio.fm. Local TNT music, rock and roll music. I love it. That was Skid Novelli. Do you remember them? This is the old hour or the wrong hour. Yes. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Right? What we want to do is let you know what's happening tonight. Right? We got a couple artists. We got a couple artists in the studio. We got Rihanna and we got Chad Afonso. Okay? Right, this is Chad from the MSC, and we are taking over just for a little while until Kelo comes back. Love you guys. This is the MSC. This is OurRadio.fm.
Sometimes I'm living in strife. Caribbean love, your hair is steady. Caribbean love, let my love shine on one day. 'Cause when I need it, you was there for me. Caribbean love, shine on baby, shine on me one day. Shine on my Caribbean love. On white sand beaches, emerald sea.
Yes. Welcome to the Kelocal Local Lockdown Tuesdays right here on OurRadio.fm. I just want to show you some people that are in the studio. You want to see? Vish, sort me out there. We have a couple people in the studio. You can see that? You can hear the music? Are you guys? Could you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, so what's your name? Hana.
This is Hana, and you're listening to our Radio Key Local Lockdown Tuesdays.
That's right,
easy.
baby.
I'm trying to steal your job already.
That's okay. You know what? Actually, she used to work on the radio. If you didn't know.
I did.
No, I don't think Chad worked on the radio. Chad, did he work on the radio?
Never.
No.
I thought this was Andrew. You're not Andrew?
I'm not Andrew.
Damn.
I'm afraid.
That's not Andrew McIntosh.
I go by that name sometimes.
Oh gosh! If you're listening to the song in the background, guys, that's Skid Novelli again. What a great band! What a great band!
Oh, of course.
You know, this is like the history hour. I can't remember what Kello used to call it. Right? You remember? Huh? Yeah, right. The memories hour. Right. So this is our first show. We're gonna have a couple of hiccups. Right. I hope everybody forgives us. But you know, we are on YouTube. We're streaming live, and we have two great artists here tonight. So we're gonna go back to Skid Novelli, and then we're coming right back. Okay? Love you guys.
Should stay or should go. Never know how our love could have burned me so. Never know it could have. I never know it could have. I never know it could have. I never know it could have. Never know how our love could have burned me so. Not the old baby, that's so long ago. could I make us stop make me think about the birds and the bees when we sit down with the trees on a park in a Trinidad. Long time things used to be good, now things bad. Can't go back to the love that we had. If I could go back in time, I'd have changed all the things that didn't make it drag. Like the time when I heard you with the picture on my phone and the next girl in a party. When I make you cry, I kind like another guy. When I shout and get angry for them things, I can't stop say that I'm sorry. Still won't change how you feel about makeup if I never know. Now I know that's a cool of feel like a kerosene.
Never know it coulda. I never know it coulda. I never know it coulda. I never know it coulda.
With a this and a that and a that and a this is when you well tried any water. I miss gotta lose a best girl over some stupidness and never get nothing off feel like this. Take her for granted she lose interest. Man I come wrong and you lose your mistress. All because of one mistake. Next time not take that risk. Gonna mess around with Kelly, Trisha and forget about your girl Alicia. If that's the case it's good she leave ya. But if it's not then sorry me brother. I suggest that you find another. It wasn't meant to be played so bad. These things happen often because relationships always get better.
Wow. That was Kewan, eh? Kewan. You all know Kewan?
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do.
He's a good looking guy, eh? I like him a lot.
He reminds me of Tarzan.
A Tarzan.
Yeah, he has a Tarzan finish.
He's a Tarzan
It's them
kind of guy.
sparkly blue eyes.
Yeah,
That's what it is.
Yeah. He's a model, a surfer. I love him. But he lives in Tobago, unfortunately. You know, I really wish he was here. He was here. That's so that we could do more stuff. You know what I mean?
If I was living in Tobago, I wouldn't want to be here.
It's not what to say. It's unfortunate for us.
Yeah,
He's-
it is
he's doing
unfortunate for
fine.
us. Tobago's beautiful.
Yeah, you know, you're right. You're right. You know, I actually love Tobago. I have a friend that has a house in Tobago, and occasionally we go across. And I never want to come back to Trinidad. But anyway, I want to introduce you to two of my favorite people. One is Hana, and one is Chad Afonso. So we are online live streaming, right? You can ask any question on live, and we have a phone that we can do 466-4687, and you can send any WhatsApp to us at ourradio.fm. So let's start with who wants to start first? Who wants to start
Oh, I
first?
think Chad volunteered like really early on.
Yep, sure.
Yeah.
You mean Andrew?
Sorry, Andrew.
That's right. Yeah.
Yes.
Hey,
So
guys.
Andrew, what is happening, Andrew? What is happening in the local music scene for yourself?
Just so y'all know, Skid Novelli is playing live next. No, just kidding. I don't know. For local music or for Skid Novelli.
No. I want to know about Chad Afonso. Chad Afonso, and I were in a band a long time ago, right? And we'll talk about that in the later hours tonight because it's a 3-hour program. But Chad Afonso is a very good singer. He's a very good songwriter, and he's a very good storyteller. So what I would like to find out from Chad is, why is he actually still doing this? What do you think?
I think I'll place emphasis on the last thing you said there. It's about storytelling more than anything else. You know?
Right.
I don't know. I don't know why I'm still doing this.
Do you think it's like therapy?
Definitely, yeah. It's catharsis in a lot of ways, but it's also a lot of other things. Is I guess the little bit the however much narcissist exists in me wants to keep playing music and wants to still be relevant in some way. I don't consider myself relevant in the hard rock local scene or
Right.
rock local scene anymore, but I really enjoy playing my own music on a stage.
Yeah, and I enjoy when you're on a stage.
Chad,
Trust me, Chad Alfonso is like amazing, right? But I want to put this to Rai for a sec.
Hello,
Am I okay to put it? Can I say Rai?
Of course you can say Rai.
Okay, so Rai Hana. For some reason, you have a name like Cher, Madonna. It's a one name thing.
That's what I was going for.
Why did you do that?
You know what? I think there's a lot of Rihanna cans out there. If you Google it or if you Facebook check it, there's just a lot. And I think if there's anything people know about me, I love being different.
Right.
I adore being original. I love standing out, and I think it sounds good, doesn't it?
Well, I actually think it's pretty good, especially the logo. Chad, have you seen the logo?
Yeah.
It's like sick.
Rice killing it. I don't think I could get away with just Chad. Like that name doesn't
Yeah, it's like right, and I'm Chad too, right? So great.
Yeah, that
Thanks.
name isn't really synonymous with good things these days.
Yeah.
Chad always makes me think of like a surfer.
Why?
This-
You know, like,
Chad?
Chad, bro.
Oh.
Yeah,
What's
bro.
up, bro?
Well, you know, Alfonso used to surf, eh?
See, well, you fit the stereotype.
What the hell? Well, I'll tell you something about Chad. Chad has been one of the best musicians I've ever played with.
Same old girl.
Bless.
Yeah.
Love you. And when I saw Rihanna, right? So I got it right.
Yeah.
This is my first show, okay, guys? So this give me a little bit of a blight, right? We at the MSC, right, always look for people that have talent. And as soon as I saw her and I realized that this girl has something special, I said, Giles, we need to get this girl on the program. Not on the program, not on the radio, eh? I told her like to let her play live and this kind of stuff. And especially being a girl, Rihanna, what is really happening here? Being a girl in Trinidad and Tobago, doing this thing as a girl. I know there must be challenges.
Oh, there are a million. I don't know if we have enough time in this program to talk about all the challenges that come with being female and how the environment treats you. And there's a difference. There's definitely a difference. You're not considered a part of the. Am I clipping? Are y'all hearing me? Well,
No, I will. We seem to be fine at the moment.
Great. Yeah, so there are differences. It's not as equal as people might think, but I have been fortunate enough to meet really respectful men along the way who've
Right.
never treated me any lesser than. They've always treated me with love and kindness. And I mean, my friends and the people that I work with, my team, especially the men in my team, they call me boss.
That's great.
They do. So
That's
yeah,
great. Chad, has anyone called you boss?
Never. That's
Never.
what I'm about to
Like,
say.
I'm pretty sure.
They say boss man meaning something totally different.
Right. Right. Correct.
that's
Yeah,
on
but-
that brother man kind of.
No, I think it means a-hole.
Well, I'm very happy to have Chad and Rihanna on the program, right? But we're gonna go back to the cosmic outflow, right? Just for 1 second, okay?
Geometric alignments of cosmic outlook. 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 Outlook.
of the game delighted to all of the world side, of the world side, of the world side, of the world side. Just when you think that there's nothing fair, just when you think that there's nothing there, just when you think that there's nothing there, open up your eyes, it's time to sing your prayers. First becoming of the driving force driven my mind, first becoming cost only the name of a secret cause with the illusion that I'm never lost. I am never lost. I am never lost. I am never lost. Just when you think that there's nothing fair, just when you think that there's nothing there, just when you think that there's nothing there, open up your eyes, it's time to say your prayers. Step up, take it away from me. 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 Just when you think that there's nothing fair, just when you think that there's nothing there, just when you think that there's nothing there, open up your eyes, it's time to sing your prayers.
Oh yeah, that was Cobalized. You all remember Cobalized? Wow, what a band. What a band. All right, so we're back here with my two artists. And, we have a couple things to talk about. First of all, we would like to talk about the new wave way to promote yourself. Now, I'll tell you something about myself first, and then these guys will chip in. When we were younger, myself and Chad, right, we had a band, and
I'm still younger than him, man.
Yes, you will always be younger than me until. So, we had a band, and what we used to do as a band is that we used to print about 1,000 flyers and go to Price Smart and Movie Town and other people's gigs and put flyers on people's cars. And then we went to England, and Facebook was born. Social media was born. When I was in England, it was something called not Facebook Messenger, the one before MSN. You all remember that?
Of course.
Yeah.
Right? So MSN was the first kind of thing that happened, that people could start being in touch with the people all the time, and or your parents or whatever, if you lived away and that kind of stuff, right? But now we have Facebook and Instagram and what's it, TikTok and that kind of stuff. So like what do you guys do to like promote your own stuff? Because I realize that everyone has to promote their own stuff now.
Chad, you take this one first. Okay.
I mean, last time.
My answer is going to be a long one because this has been a long road for me. Simply because when I started playing music was the onset of social media. So by the time I was a teenager, we had MySpace and High Five.
I remember MySpace, but that's done now. I don't think.
That's done, yeah. I think
MySpace
even if you try
not,
to go on that website now, I don't even know if it exists in the same way that it used to. I think it's something else now.
Okay.
But then there was Facebook, and I think I have to mention MySpace specifically for rock because there was something going on. I don't know if you remember this,
I do.
but the culture. There was something about rock culture and MySpace that went hand in hand. And
it was like MySpace was underground.
Yes, it was. It was. And that's where you can find all the bands and like Fall Out Boy and All American Rejects and all those bands were still really young. But they would talk to people and they just sort of bridged this gap between artists, up and coming artists and those who were music lovers. And I think that's how I had started in the trend of just chatting with musicians from very early on. And then you can fix your profile in such a way where you can put your favorite songs on there and people can scroll through and hear your favorite rock song play. And I think that was very popular in Trinidad at that time because my entire age group, everybody was on MySpace doing that, and they'd have their top 5 favorite friends or something. You go on their page and you hear people's favorite music, and at that time you would hear Tripped and Falling. You would
Really?
hear, yes, you would. You would hear Skid Novelli. I'm telling you, because
Okay,
it was,
well,
that was
I
our
am
age group.
Both
I
my
am
bands.
shocked.
Of course. So after that, we got
Andrew,
into.
you. But yes, no, continue
Yeah,
because
so-
this is all news to me.
Of course. After that, we got into the world of Facebook. And
Right.
when I was in high school, I started doing covers maybe at the age of around 13 or 14. So I started very early. But I didn't start posting videos right away because I don't think people know this about me, but I'm very shy. And I am.
Well, on stage, you don't really look shy though. Like, is it that you have to have that, like, some kind of inner confidence or?
She's somebody
something?
else. She is very different than
Oh,
me.
so you have a
know?
split. You have a split
Oh, yeah,
personality.
for sure. So I'm a very shy person, and I never wanted to. I was afraid to put myself out there for just the fear of what people would say, and ultimately, I had to deal with what people would say. And so I can't talk about using social media as a promotional platform without talking about the bad side of it, because you have this positive of now being able to reach the world at your fingertips, something that you would not have been able to do in your flyer era or word of mouth or radio interview era. Now you can just talk to people all over the world and tell them, hey, I have a new song, here, stream it, send a link, download, add me on Facebook, follow my page, add me on TikTok. So there are all of these platforms.
Well, I have sorry, I don't mean to cut you,
Sure.
right? But I have I don't want to say it's a problem, but now everyone has that, right? So how do you like stand out? Like how like so. If I had a band today, I could probably do the social media and this kind of stuff.
Sure.
So there must be some way to stand out. And I remember somebody telling me about doing Facebook ads and Instagram ads and stuff. And it comes up to the top of the page. And so, like, do you do that kind of stuff, or you just you're not interested in that?
It depends on what I have going on at that time. So I just had a release, and to
Right.
be transparent about it, when that release is happening, you're supposed to. Your phone is ringing.
Oh, okay.
Yes, you. Put your phone on silent. You're fired. First day and you're fired.
I know. I knew something was gonna happen wrong.
So, yeah, when I have a release coming out,
Yeah.
that's when I would start to do the advertising, and you do the Facebook ads, the Instagram ads. So now Instagram is not just post something on your feed and it advertises for people. You have reels, you have stories, you have so many different ways, even on a singular platform, to
Okay.
promote yourself. So it's a matter of utilizing those platforms as best as you could to
Right.
reach as many people as you possibly can.
Well, you have a lot of original music coming out. Yes. I think we're gonna be putting this off out, Evish. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go and listen to the next song,
Sure.
right, at ourradio.fm, and then we're gonna light up whichever song you
Before
want.
we jump into that, remember you had just asked me. Sorry, I didn't answer your question. You're asking about what makes somebody stand out on social, like advertising
okay.
on social media. And I think it's important for artists and everyone to know that people can see right through you. People know what's real and people know what's not real. And it's very important to be yourself. It's important to be as authentic as you possibly can.
I agree 100%. That's why I hang out with Chad, because Chad is 100%.
Yeah, he's
Right, Chados?
unique.
I try. Stay authentic. As,
Correct. All right.
Sure.
Anyway, I love you guys. So we are coming back, right? We're gonna go and run this ad and then come back to. No, we're not coming back. No,
No
that's
ads.
it. We're done.
No it's an ad-free moment. So,
This program is
Here-
brought to you by
run tune.
Got my style, satisfaction by the hey, tomorrow it ain't. You're doing it my way. Hey, tomorrow it ain't. You're doing it my way.
was open, I was honest, I was emotionally available, never lied, never cheated. So I don't know what, no matter what I did, it just was never enough. Don't know what else to do.
Well, I can tell you, boy, pull out your tobacco.
And I have to heal again, 'cause it's going to happen again. And I on my knees again. This love thing that drive me insane. I fed up body heartbreak. Somebody ease up my soul. I fed up body heartbreak. Baby, lend me your whole. I mean heart. I mean your whole heart is what I was gonna say. Your whole heart, or your whole and your heart. You go the whole will be nice. Pull out your tobacco. Don't have no shame. Pull out your tobacco. There'll be again. Pull out your tobacco. I shouldn't need it to. Pull out your tobacco. It's the right thing to do.
last just forever, yeah. You give your body, you give your life for an unending cycle. In the morning you wake up tired on an empty belly. Nothing you do today will fill the hole they've made. Don't you see? Someone's got to take them out to the guillotine. So many meaningless words we've created, so much time wasted. And every day we get closer to rejoining the soil that we came from. Don't you see? Someone's got to take them out to the guillotine to be free. We had to start lining them up for the guillotine. Dancing for imaginary gold you'll never hold on to. On your knees just waiting to bleed for the God you have clung to. In the morning you wake up aching, your body betrays you. Nothing you do today will fill the hole they've made. Oh, they better run, they better run, they better run, yeah. When morning comes, when she comes, yeah. Oh, they better run, all you better run, yeah. When morning comes, when she comes, yeah. 'Cause you see, someone's going to take them out to the guillotine to be free. We had to start lining them up for the guillotine. 'Cause you see, oh, they better run, they better run, they better run. Someone's going to take them out to the guillotine to be free. Oh, they better run, they better run, they better run. We had to start lining them up for the, had to start lining them up for the, we have to start lining them up for the guillotine.
Yes, sirree. This is our local. This is our radio.fm. And this is the Kelocal Lockdown Tuesdays. We're going to put some music down in the background here while we talk to these guys. That was Seabath. Now, Seabath is one of my favorite bands, to be honest. There's a real local feel to this band. And I actually have a bunch of friends in our band, right? One is, of course, Dexter Banfield, who plays with everyone. Right, but Dexter's a really good drummer, right? And of course, he's very seeked out. But I want to talk to these guys about Seabath, because Seabath, I don't think they do any covers, to be honest. I think they're really trying to do a local vibe about what's happening here in Trinidad, right?
Yeah, but
what do you all think? You think I'm on the right track here, guys?
Yeah, they might
no?
throw a Radiohead into their set once in a while, but they make it theirs.
Right.
To me, Amy is a force. Like, she's a brilliant songwriter. Demir is an
100%.
amazing musician. The band is just full of amazing musicians.
Yeah,
That's
100%, man.
yeah.
Like,
They're very unique.
Yeah.
They bring something very unique to
Yeah.
the table.
Yeah. But also, you can see the bonds. Like, you can see really strong bonds between the musicians themselves.
Well, what was crazy is that we did a gig at the Dalai Lama the other day, and they, for some reason, they put a big, not sea bath, but it was like a blow up pool in the middle.
Yeah.
Did you all see those pictures?
I saw the pictures.
Right,
Yeah.
it was crazy, and
That's
people were
crazy of
sitting
Micah.
down in the pool watching the band.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing.
That's
There's a group of bands moving in together, because not so much that they're the same kind of music, but their music represents that mix between rock and something more indigenous than anything else I found. But I find, and That's like Saint James and the Narrows and Seabath. They're moving together, and it's a solid move for them because they're doing something. They're really doing something.
Well, there was this show. I don't know if Brian knows this, but you remember Indie Valley?
No.
Indie Valley was there was some kind of big show
I heard
in
about
Santa
it,
Cruz,
but I didn't go.
And a lot of those bands, indie bands, right? So I would classify you, Raya, as a more punk rock, emo stuff. I don't know.
Chad.
I'm sorry. I'm just trying.
Disrespectful,
Oh
Dread.
my
First you
God.
called her
Thank
a
you.
girl instead of woman, and now emo.
Yeah.
Trouble.
Not
It's
really-
my- it's my
I'm-
first night,
You
guys.
should have said kid. I think kid would have worked just fine instead.
Anyway, I believe Seabath or the Narrows. I know the Narrows played at Indie Valley, and it was very well accepted. And we want to support that stuff. In fact, we as the MSC, the Multi Sound Company, what we try to do is that we try to promote bands and especially original music. But if there's another gig that is happening at the time, we don't do a gig because we want everyone to win.
Gotcha.
You dig?
Yeah.
So, that might be bad financially for us, but we look at the bigger picture that we are trying to make sure that everybody rises
Yeah, it's
to
not
the
a
top.
competition. Yeah.
I agree. Like Chad and I were driving up here today to Barataria, El Socorro, and we were talking about like the covers versus originals war. There was a war 20 years ago. Right? There was a war 20 years ago.
And 20 years ago, that was an issue, though.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it was because people didn't respect anybody that really played covers. But the thing is that there were a lot of bands that just went out there and played straight covers, and now there are a few, and I don't think there was as much space for original music for a long time because people were mostly hiring cover bands, and but that changed. I think now there's room for everyone. Like it's something that's quite different. So, and to war with that is nonsense. Like you can't diminish somebody's talent just because they're not writing original music. It's just-
Absolutely.
I think. Well, Ryan and I were talking about this just now. Is more about conviction. Yeah, it has so much more to do with conviction than anything else. If
Yeah,
you-
because I think that even Ryan and yourself had played a cover. I mean, I have played a cover at some point.
I play one at almost every show. I get to play something that I think is fun and isn't mine, and I didn't have to think to write it, and it's a song that I appreciate, and I can maybe take it and make it mine a little bit. I enjoy doing that. You know.
I do a good bit. I do a fair share of my originals and my covers, but I choose the covers wisely.
Okay.
I don't do something just because it's a song and it's popular and maybe I
Right.
should do it.
Yeah.
I would do something because I have a story with it or a history with it. And
Right.
you know,
It's not
Chad-
just a money maker, right?
Of
So
course
you just
not.
want to, right.
Chad was speaking earlier about, what was it you were saying again? It's kind of slipped my mind, but with regards to storytelling, how
Yeah.
important storytelling is. I think with live shows, especially for acts like Chad and myself, we have that singer-songwriter position, and
Yeah.
it's important to continue telling a story while you're having these performances. And I like to be real and transparent with people. So
Yeah.
if I have to say something from the Cranberries, and people stoops at the idea of Cranberries because they think it's so overdone, but it's so special to me because when I started playing music and learning how to play guitar at 12, my mom would be the one to ask me, "Hi, Hana, can you play this song? Can you learn how to play this song for me?"
Yeah.
And that's why it's special to me, not because it's played by everyone under the sun. And of course, Dolores O'Riordan is come on, we can have an entire interview about Dolores.
Yeah, God
But-
bless her soul.
And then how important she is to women, to female artists, to have a female, beacon to look up to in that way. And I've heard so many I've heard a lot of trash talk about Zombie over the years, and that's a song that has become a signature song for me because, I mean, aside from the fact that I sing it phenomenally well.
Oh my God.
I think it's also because, they think it's overdone and it's not important.
Yeah,
But it is an important song. It's important for women to feel like there is a beacon to look up to.
Okay, I never even thought about that perspective.
Yeah, so earlier
That's
you were
very
asking me about women, and I think that's how it comes, some of those difficulties come into play there.
Well, I don't want to leave Chad out of this conversation, but I wanna talk to you for a sec, right? Because we have a lot of women coming up in the rock scene, right? And back when 20 years ago, there was not a lot of women, and we have Hana, we have Ray, right? We have Shay. All these are single names, by the way. Again, I would like to find out why. Who else? Luna.
Luna's very talented.
Very talented.
I really have a lot of respect for the singer-songwriters, the ones that are able to create original music and push it and believe in it and tell people, you know what, these are my songs and I'm here to sing this to you right now, and they believe in it. And I see that in Shay's performances and Luna's performances.
I know, they're magic. They're magic.
No, it really is.
And we actually did a bunch of shows at the 145 Lounge and also at the Dalai Lama. And it's all recorded, by the way. We have it in a secret safe somewhere.
Oh, I'm waiting for that.
Yeah.
Waiting to see those.
You should hear your performance. It was magic.
Oh, thank you very much.
Okay. Anyway, what we're going to do right now is that we're going to just listen to one more song, and then we're going to play something that Rai wants to hear.
Okay.
And then we'll talk about it. Yeah? Okay, so
Sounds
this is
good.
our radio.fm. Chad Mute, MSC. That was it.
Catch me gently, lay me to sleep.
This is the brand new one from the Sidekick. Let's go.
They say I'm a rebel, I'm not good for any team. They say I'm a dreamer, and I'm selling all my dreams. They say you're never gonna get anywhere, but I'm on a mission, and I really, really don't care. They say, oh, fuck what they say. They say, oh, fuck what they say. They say I'm a loser and I'm never gonna win, but they don't know I'm a fighter and I'm ready to begin. They say you're never gonna get anywhere, but I made my decision and I really, really don't care. They say, oh, fuck what they say. 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 Now we'll never live in fear from the rumors I hear by all the haters out there. And now we'll never ever live in fear or disappear, 'cause I really don't care. No, I really don't care. No, I really don't care. No, I really don't care. They say I'm a rebel, not good for any team. They say I'm a dreamer, and I'm selling all my dreams. They say you're never gonna get anywhere, but I'm still on a mission, and I really, really don't care. They say, oh, fuck what they say. They say, oh, fuck what they say. They say, oh, fuck what they say. They say, oh, fuck what they say.
Wow, what a great song. Have you guys seen this song on the YouTube? They did a pretty damn good video for this song. They almost look like bumblebees. You know what I mean? Like it was a lot of yellow and black.
Yeah, that's their vibe, yellow and black.
Oh, is it? Yeah. Is it?
I don't know if it's yellow and black or black and yellow, but
yeah, yellow and black, black and yellow.
Their vibe, yeah.
Let's ask Kodak Black.
A very cool song, to be honest. I think is very risky. You know, I don't like using the F word like when I'm doing songs. I remember when Chad and I used to write songs and stuff.
You mean food?
You remember? You remember?
Fish and fudge.
Yeah. Was that song that we made, Chaddies? Ding 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 ding.
Twitch, yeah.
So Chad used the F word in our song, right? And
drop the whole F.
I had a because what we were trying to do is that we were actually trying to do stuff with the radio. Okay, right now you could have probably blanked out the song, and I did speak to Logan Tang about that song, and I said, well, are you okay that it's not going to go on the radio? But he said that he did some kind of radio edit, and it is on the radio, which is great, right? And it's actually a good song.
But go ahead. Yeah.
Sorry. No. I'm not.
I mean, like, okay. So aside from something like this, which reaches its audience and has its audience and will grow into its audience,
right?
The audience for this doesn't care if you curse or not, right?
No, true.
So if you talk about radio, to me, is radio still the final form of media or the most important one? Like, is it so important that you get a song on radio? And think of artists now, like rapping and singing about all kinds of drugs, all kinds of thing, and not just getting away with it, but thriving because of it. These things are much more a part of pop culture now. Cursing is secondary, you know, like. So
I agree.
If you drop in F-bombs in your songs, so what? No, you know, like we have to be a bit more careful in here in the street. I mean, not even, but if you depending on how you want to represent yourself, then.
Right.
But in music, I could care less now. You know, like if you came to me with that same argument, like but we're trying to get on the radio, I'd be like. You know, like same that we just talked about this.
Okay. Because I don't know, like Rihanna, do you have any F words in your song? I hope you don't, because you're a girl, right? Girls don't use the F word.
Excuse me. Excuse you, Chad.
In your song, you know, like
you know what? I'll be honest. When I was younger, I think I would have had a lot more songs like that because I was a much angrier teenager and I was more heavily into punk and angsty and all that.
Because one of your favorite bands are what? Green Day. You like Green Day?
Of course, I'm going to see Green Day in 3 weeks.
Wicked. That is wicked.
Thank you. But a lot of my songs back then, a lot of those types of lyrics. But as I got older, I'll tell you what happened. I have a lot of young people listening.
Okay,
I have a lot of kids. I'm an aunt to many, I guess, and I don't just mean that in the literal sense. That I do have a lot of nieces and nephews, but a lot of people would message and say, "My daughter or my son loves your music," and I think there's something so innocent about that I treasure. I treasure keeping it clean.
So you are on the side of not using like profanity and that kind of stuff.
For my specific content, what I listen to is filled with debauchery and terrible words, and that's what we enjoy. That's what we love. That's if you listen to even the rap battle. Oh my God, I'm going here with Drake and Kendrick, right?
Yeah. Okay.
People loved it because it was raw. Because they spoke there. I mean, Kendrick won. Just putting that out there, but
fully agree.
Yeah, he did. Sorry, Drake, I know you're still wiping those tears, but people loved it because it was real. It's what they felt, and sometimes conveying a real story, a real emotion, has to come from the space of using the vocabulary that feels right in those instances. So I don't really see the big deal with cursing in your music. And I mean, yes, we're on a radio station, but this is internet radio, so there's a little more freedom here.
Yeah, you're right.
And I have worked on radio before, which is something we were going to talk about anyway. I worked on radio for many years, and how I got into radio is just this crazy story to begin with. But working on radio, you see there's so much censorship, and sometimes it makes me wonder if that's why it's lost a lot of the love that it's lost over the years, because a lot of people don't listen to radio anymore. Maybe they might in the car to and from work. Okay, maybe they might. But a lot of people tend to go to their streaming platforms, their Spotify, their Apple Music.
So they're losing their fan base.
They are, of course. And I mean, it could also be that people want to hear specific songs that they want to hear.
Right.
They want that control. I think there's that very vintage side of me that's still in awe and surprised that listening to radio, I'm not in control. I don't know what's going to play. So I'm excited when I hear a song pop up and think, wow, I have not heard Return of the Mac since 1995.
And things that are nowhere near your algorithm.
Of course. Because that's what streaming does. It pulls what they know that you listen to, and it pulls what they know that you love. So it becomes predictable. And I think maybe I might be a little more predictable in nature with what I listen to. My playlists are very structured to what I like. But with radio overall, it's lost that appeal in some ways, because young people now, when we have to talk about Gen Z, because that's currently the consumer of, the biggest consumer of streaming and the internet and whatnot. They enjoy streaming and they enjoy the raw, real content. So something like what, for instance, those guys at Sidekick Envy did, people love that. People love hearing people speak their truth. And if you go on TikTok and you look at the songs that get really popular, it comes from, once again, we're talking about authenticity and a genuine standpoint.
Yeah, I have to agree with you, right? Because I did speak to Logan about it, and I said, "Are you worried?" And he said, "You know what? This is what the song is about." And you know, there have a lot of people that can't say it, and he has said it. And it's very well supported. It's a great song. You know, I mean, I don't know what song we have coming up next, Vish, but I hope it's a Rihanna song. so that we can talk about it. What do you think? Like,
Sounds good to me.
do you want to introduce your own song, or should we just see what happens and then we'll talk about it after?
We can see what happens,
But
and
yeah,
then
just-
we can chat about it. Sure.
Just so you all know, Vish real quiet in the corner
He
there.
really
but that
is,
man is
man.
an absolute shredder.
Yes,
And I want to
yes,
say
he
this
is.
too. His band Cypher just dropped brand new music. Their song Disgrace dropped yesterday. And
No.
Yes, it is. And he's hiding in the back there, not
He's
talking
hiding.
about it at all.
Yeah,
Hiding,
okay.
man's
So
just working.
congratulations
Yeah, man's just
to
working.
Vish and his band
Yeah,
Cypher.
Cypher is an amazing
They're
band.
all so talented, but you know what I love? They're all so kind and they're so sweet. They're such humble people. I love that. That's why I support them so much. They're
But I wonder,
genuinely
I
good
wonder if
people.
Vish has the song here tonight. I don't know. Maybe he has his own plan. Oops. He has his own plan to drop his own song, right? So we will see. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna line up
Okay,
and
great.
we're ready to go, right?
That's
so
good.
listen to this, and you guys come on the chat and tell
This
me
is
what you
Rye
think.
Hana on ourradio.fm.
Correct.
I found my way outside tonight. Dismal streets, so empty, unforgiving lies. Surrender to my greed again. When will the circus glory of my story end? I found my way outside tonight. The moonlight whispers to me, stay here right by my side. He sold me a dream that I couldn't deny. I fell so hard, you made me flatline. I know that it's lonely on my mind, but I can't sleep tonight. I can't deny you're on my mind. You make me feel alive. I took a walk down the wild side. He needed a lift, so I offered a high. He sold me a dream that I couldn't deny. I fell so hard, you made me flatline. I know that it's lonely on my mind, but I can't sleep tonight. sign that the sun will shine. Raise my flag slowly. Whatever you want, I don't really mind. On my hands and knees, I find myself in circles, caught in your world, lost emotion, breaking down the thoughts you have of me. I don't wanna know. My love is like a service station, always helping all the time. Your heart's like a battery collection, always yours but never mine. Crash into outer space, your gravity sucking me in, pulling me into waves, waiting for a message I won't get. Seems that you forget that every single time that you fail, I'm on your ass just like a tail, licking your wounds, mending your ego bruise, gracing you with the band-aid affection. But I won't anymore. My love is like a service station, always helping all the time. Your heart's like a battery collection, always yours but never mine. Wake you up, know you're mistaken. My love is in yours for the taking. Picking up all the pieces left of me. My love is like a service station, always helping all the time. Your heart's like a battery collection, always yours but never mine.
Well, wow, that was Hana. Like, honestly, man, I want to tell you something about that song. My girlfriend will listen to that. You know what I mean? Like, my girlfriend will not listen to Lynchpin. She's not on that. No, not today, not ever. Right? I love Lynchpin too. Right? But anyway, I want to talk to Hana about this song and the two songs that played. One was a song called Alive, which must be very important, right? And then also we have this service station thing, which I'm a little bit confused about, but I think you'll let me know what this song is about. So which one you want to talk about first?
What's confusing about it, Uncle?
The service station, like putting gas in your car or something.
That's
I'm not
exactly
sure.
what it's about.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. So,
okay.
So thank you so much, by the way, for saying such kind words. I really do appreciate it. And I think I need people to know when they actually tell me something nice about my music. I truly do appreciate it. My heart is warmed by the kind words because I truly love to songwrite, and these songs truly came from real life experiences, things that I've been through, things that I've felt, relationships, the breakdowns of relationships, the good sides of relationships. And this was from my EP called Alive. I loved Alive so much that I decided to name the EP Alive. And this dropped in 2020 during the pandemic, which was very tough, as you can imagine, to drop an EP during a pandemic. It was
absolutely
an unprecedented event in our lives, and I still tried to work through it as best as I could have, and I did with it what I could. And with Alive, it was something that I wrote Alive basically about just being with someone who just makes you feel good. You enjoy each other's company, you enjoy talking to each other, you enjoy the energy of each other, but that person is just not for you. So
are you talking about the pandemic itself? Or,
no. This song Alive in itself. Because I wrote that song Alive in my earlier 20s. And, the pandemic, that was something I had to deal with after, because these songs were written far in advance. They were just released during that time of the pandemic. So this song Alive was basically about that, about wrong person, wrong time. And that's something a lot of people can relate to, and that's what I loved about it, because I watched someone tear up listening to that song who was going through a breakup at the time. And yeah, for real. And it's just because music has that power to capture those moments. And, even the person I wrote that song about knows that I wrote that song about them and really appreciates that I was able to take that moment in time and capture it.
And now they cry.
Well, I don't know about that.
Yeah, well, I guess everyone is attached to a certain song. Yeah, everyone is attached to songs for whatever reason
But I think music has that magic, that ability to do things that other forms of media can't.
Yeah,
It
I think
captures
Service
a
Station is a
moment.
really good song.
You like Service Station?
I
Well,
do. I like the
Chad thing.
So the service station is about what? So like you got there without your credit card, like what?
I'll tell
happened?
you.
All of it.
So I had this relationship, and I was broken up with, unfortunately, always getting broken up with, since we're girl talking here. And got dumped, unfortunately, but I still hung around this person because I love this person so much. I would have done anything. I would have done anything just to stay with them, even get friend zoned,
And their name is? No,
their name is So I would have done anything, and I started to. It took a toll on me, and I left for a bit, and I'm from Florida, which was something we were supposed to talk about. I think we completely forgot. I am not from Trinidad. I am born and raised in Homestead, Florida. I'm from Miami, and then when I got older, my parents got divorced, and I moved to Coral Springs.
Okay.
So during that time, I would live between here and Trinidad.
But your parents are Trinidadian?
Yes, they are. They are, yes.
Both of them are or no?
Both of them are.
Okay.
But my dad doesn't live here. He lives over there. He's lived there for a very, very long time.
Right.
So I guess you could consider me first generation American in my family, but they are the immigrants who moved to the States.
Okay.
So I moved back to Trinidad with my mom. And at that time, service station time, I went to see Gwen Stefani in concert.
Yeah.
Who is a big inspiration of mine. I absolutely adore Gwen.
I adore it too.
And I just saw Gwen, and I just had all these feelings in my heart. I was going through so much because I was in the process of weaning off this person, getting rid of this person, because I'm wasting my time on someone who's never going to date me ever again. And I'm just stuck in this friend zone like a loser.
Oh my God. Is this an American or is this a Trinidadian?
No, a Trinidadian person.
Oh, jeez.
But nothing but love, you know? So
right on. Okay.
I went to see Gwen, and we were going to Legoland. And on the trip, it was a long drive, very long drive, because I think Legoland was an even longer drive from West Palm Beach to, it wasn't Orlando, it was Tampa. So an even longer drive than Disney. Right. And there's a lot of open road, a lot of bush, a lot of countryside. And we're on the highway, and every time we're driving down the highway, I'm just seeing those stations, those stop stations where you stop and you use the bathroom and you go and you find the map or you buy your fast food or whatever. And these places they're gross. They're not very scenic. You don't even want to sit on the toilet seat when you go in there.
Interesting, because we had when Trips and Forum was touring in the UK, we would put up at these massive service stations where you spend the night in your van.
That's very cool.
And they were,
That's cool.
and they
no,
were
that
really
is not
well
cool
kept.
at all.
Yeah.
They were actually, but some of them were really, really well kept though. Yeah.
We're talking about
Right.
America here.
Yeah, America.
Yeah, America. So you got some filthy places, especially in the
So,
countryside.
is that why you have that American
So,
accent then?
I don't even know what I sound like anymore. I
No,
don't hear
but
it
you will
anymore.
change as you grow and where you
When
live.
when I was younger, it was very strong. It was very. I was 100% American, but I got made fun of for it here. Trini kids do not like an American accent. So
Well,
I used to
when-
get bullied, and it was terrible.
But I think that's something that started before you, especially in rock music. I'll have to say this: like I sang with not an American accent, but you're trying to wrap your voice around vowels and sounds that aren't natural or indigenous.
Of course, understood. And it's a part of the genre
That's
as well.
right. Your only,
I get it.
Your only example is a genre full of American guys or British guys singing a particular
Of
way.
course.
So you get wrapped up in that before you identify yourself now.
Of course, I understand.
And so for me, hearing you speak and hearing you sing, as long as there's some homogeny between the way you speak and the way you sing, there's no question. There's no
Of
need to
course.
ask the question.
I think so.
You know, it's the same thing, authenticity.
I agree.
Yeah.
And what you're talking about is very true, because when I would hear a lot of the local bands sing, I thought to myself, that's interesting. They have an American accent when they sing these punk songs or rock songs, but it's the influence. It comes from what you grew up hearing. It comes from what you listen to.
I think it's just a matter of identity, what you identify closest with, and
Of course.
and how it's gonna come out of your, like, how you skip or make the easiest path from your heart to your brain to your mouth. Music.
I agree.
Yeah.
Even with listening to Green Day is not the most American sounding band that you can think of. He has a little... There's
That
a twang
old
in
school
there.
London
That
twang,
slightly
yeah.
little
Yeah.
London...
The Sex Pistols
of
twang and-
course.
yeah,
It's in there
that's
because
right.
of his influences.
Yeah, that's right.
So, back to the service station story here. I looked at all these gas stations and we stopped off to use the restroom or whatever. People need to stop at these spaces because they gotta go, right?
Correct, yeah.
But they left it so filthy. And for a place that was
I
such a
know.
necessity, you'd think they'd take care of it the way that they would have with these places that you
And it's a
have gone
business,
to.
right? You
Of
want your
course.
customers to be
So,
happy.
I felt like that in my life. I felt like I was that necessity in this person's life that he was just taking advantage of, that was just torn to bits, was just messed up, was just left in a sty. And I looked at those service stations and I thought, wow, I feel like a service station in my life right now. And I wrote that song during
Well,
that
I would have
time.
never ever thought that song was so deep.
Oh.
Ever. Right?
No, man, the metaphor's right there for you.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's
Absolutely.
right there for you.
Well, guys, I hope you're enjoying the program so far. This is the MSC taking over from Kelocal on local Lockdown Tuesdays.
And this is
Rihanna and Chad Afonso, and we're going to be right back, okay? So what
Brown
we're going to do is that we're going
Fox.
to drop some Brown Fox here, and then we're going to drop it back to Rihanna and Chad.
No release, burst of
Saturday, I feel better. This is my home, but I don't belong. Inside, outside, sweeter the wine, masqueraded fire in a song. I'll bring you up, then I'll bring you down. I'll fill you up to let you live without. I'll bring you up, then I'll bring you down. I'll fill you up to let you live without. Falling
crap. That was Circle Square. Can you imagine, Roy? What a band. What a band. All right, so we're back here at Lockdown Tuesdays here at OurRadio.fm. Of course, we have our friends here, right? Hana and Chad. And we have Vish too, you know. Vish is here, but he's very secretive on the side. Right? But Vish is organizing the whole show, which I love. Thank you. Thank you, Vish. I appreciate it. All right, so what we want to do is we want to talk about some of the things, you know, about what we want to talk about, right?
Well, actually, at first, I feel like I want to take over for a little bit and chat with some of our commenters here because, y'all, I have to apologize. Chad is blind. I don't know if this Chad is blind. Are you blind?
No.
Okay, well, this Chad is blind.
Yeah,
so
I am blind. I can't find my glasses, and I'm trying to read the comments. And I said, Rihanna, like, you are like 20 years old. Can you read the comments, please?
So we're so sorry for all of the comments that we haven't been responding to. So shout out to everyone who's listening right now. I think Andrew was locked in here a while ago. He said, I am late. No. Yeah, you are. You're
was that Andrew?
Yeah, it was Andrew. Yeah, he's
okay,
Steph.
good.
We have Christian Rambasoon. Okay, you guys have to please excuse me because I'm terrible at pronouncing names sometimes. Christian said, Chatty, whoop. Good to have you on the airwaves. And Christian was giving some love there to Psychic Envy as well. We have Elijah Cyrus in the mix. I think he loved whatever song we were playing at that time. So thank you so much, Elijah, for the love. And shout out to Elijah and his band as well with Cypher, because Cypher just dropped some new music yesterday with Vish, who's hiding in the corner there, as we just mentioned.
Hopefully we'll have Cypher next week. I'm hoping.
It's been confirmed that the Psychic Envy logo is yellow and black.
Oh, it is. It's not black and yellow.
Yellow and black.
Yeah, I think they spoke to Kodak Black about it.
Excellent.
Christian confirmed it for us.
That's great. Thank you so much, Christian.
I know I saw a comment from Hard Rock. Giles, right? He says he wants us to play Twitch.
Love you, Giles. We love you.
But I don't know if we have Twitch, right?
Giles.
We'll check and see if we have Twitch, Giles.
No, we don't.
Right? We'll check.
Speaking of Giles wants to know if Chad is wearing pants, and I can confirm no, he's not wearing it.
Okay.
And so Megan Gill also said, Rye is such a talent, Alive is such a strong song. Thank you, Megan. We appreciate you. We love you.
Nice.
You are so talented.
We do love you.
We appreciate your music and your contributions to music as well. And Raquel Williams says, respect and manners, what a delightful moment to be here. What song? Was that about a song?
Which Chad are you asking about though, Giles? Because
with the pants, right?
I
know.
I'm not.
You're not wearing pants.
What if the two Chads are not wearing? I think that's how they came up in the van today.
Yeah, but that's why I have car seats. Car covers.
I wouldn't want to be the person to clean your car.
Lord.
I keep it clean.
We have another comment coming in here from Ishi Pie, the Trini Weeb. Good night. Great to see you guys holding on for DJ Kelo. I love this show. Well, thank you so much for tuning in. Ishi Pie. I love that name. That's adorable.
Yeah, and I really love Kelo. Like Kelo, and Kelo, big respect. Thank God for Kelo, eh?
Of course,
right?
We're grateful.
He revived the local rock scene.
Yes, he did.
In a big way, yeah.
Right, so amazing. Kelo, love you. Bless.
We appreciate you. We appreciate you. We truly do. So, Chad, what's next?
I don't know. I'm not sure. Like, we have a program director. His name is Vish.
Yeah.
He's not happy with me right now.
What's that?
But
he wants to talk about Love Me. Okay, so
let's talk about that song. Oh my God, like the video. That was the video, right?
Yeah, that was the video.
This is Vish keeping it moving, eh? This is Vish keeping it going.
This is him doing his job
behind the scenes, just working it.
Well,
Hello, he's earning his keep.
Well, that video, like I saw the video. I was by my dad, and it was like really late at night. And I had the video on my phone, and my phone said, you can actually broadcast it on your TV.
Yeah, you can.
I'm like, holy crap. So now I have this big screen TV, and I'm seeing this amazing video. This video looked like totally professional. I'm not saying that local people can't do a good video, right? Mm-hmm. But the colors, the editing, the sound, everything was almost perfect.
That's
what do you think?
Michael Muladar for you. Michael Muladar is he's an award-winning filmmaker, and he put together that music video for me.
Sick.
And he did such an amazing job. He did Green Days by the River.
Yeah.
What?
Extremely high production value.
Yes, basically. He's very talented, and I think why we were able to work so well, we met on accident. We met last year
Okay.
for the Music TT Reverb conference, and we just sat next to each other. And I think I told him something silly. And we started to just get along really, really well from that point because he appreciated my silliness, I suppose. And we were always able to chat very well, but I won't say we lost touch, but I always kept him in mind. He wanted to do a video with me. I think he actually wanted to do a video for Service Station.
Sick.
And we didn't get around to that. But I am always thinking, this brain is always working. I'm always thinking about what's next. What can I do next? And I had another project in mind. I just didn't know what it was going to be. And when I stumbled across Love Me, because it's something I wrote about 7 years ago. I wrote Love Me a very long time ago, but I wrote Love Me when I first met my husband, who is in here. And I didn't finish it. I wrote what I would consider the skeleton of the song.
Yeah.
So I think you wanted to talk about like songwriting process as well. So this is sort of what that process was like for me and what it tends to be like with some songs. It's not the blueprint. I would get this idea and I would either grab my guitar and start playing with chords and seeing what lyrics work well with those chords for me, because chords invoke emotion and I try to feel through.
So you go
know.
chords first and
Sometimes.
sometimes
It depends.
Yeah, sometimes a melody just hits you in your head
Yes,
as well.
it
and
does.
it's
It
gone
brings
from
out
there.
that feeling for you. So I don't know which came first, chicken or the egg in this instance.
For
I'm
Service
not sure
Station?
yet. Well, no, for Love Me. Yeah.
But what I would like to, I don't mean to interject, right?
Sure.
So, but what I found about the video was that I didn't know where like the scenes were shot. Like wherever the scenes were shot was very cool.
Thank
there was
you.
a lot of records and
So that
like was it like did you plan this or did
Yes.
he plan this or what
This
happened?
is a real place. This is the Berg.
Yeah, I thought so.
The Berg.
Yes, this is the Berg Vintage and Record Store on, man, I can never remember the name of that street.
Okay, hang on. That's in Trinidad and Tobago.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, the one, it's the street that runs near Roxy.
Yes, it's it's close to that general area. It's not too far from Traggart Road as well.
So
do you remember the name of that street? I don't remember. But
Little
that
carb theaters
store-
on the left and then that
Yes,
one's
it's
down.
very close.
Okay,
It's very,
okay,
very close
yeah,
there.
okay. I know. I kind of know where it is, but
It's
I
such a beautiful. It looks like that all the time. We didn't have to set up a thing. That is how that store always looks.
so it's a store.
Yes,
it's a store that you can
it's a
buy
record
like
store.
records and
Yes.
that kind of stuff.
Yep.
James played there recently.
Well, now
Yes,
you
it
know,
is.
guys. Now you know you can
Check
buy
out the
records
Berg.
right there in Port of Spain.
Really nice staff, really
Yeah.
great guy, owns that spot. And I actually did the photo shoot for Love Me at the Berg as well.
Okay.
So I just spent a lot of time. We spent hours sweating at the Berg, and it was so worth it because
So-
everything just fit. It fit.
So obviously, I mean, was the store open at the time, or like, do you have to like book some sort of
Yeah, it was
time
open.
that they were closed and like we have done music videos, me and Chad, right at 2:00 in the morning somewhere,
yeah.
possibly, right, because it was the
Rock
open.
star
Or,
treatment.
No, we bought our own pizza.
Oh, okay. Wow.
There's no rock star in that. like-
Yikes.
Yeah.
So, well, this store was open when we filmed. And I think, people would call or message in advance to let the owner know when they're coming by. So there were actually a few people who were around during the time, not necessarily when we were filming the video, but were there people there that day, the video day? Yeah, there were a few. There was a popular person there. Actually, I can't remember his name, but he's a poetry writer and very popular poet. And there were people there. But we filmed it in such a way where they weren't in the
Right, in the
content
shots or
itself.
whatever.
Yeah, but it was so cool just looking at everybody buying their records.
yeah, and they were like, what is she doing? Like, why is she like singing a
Who's
song?
this?
I remember.
this
I remember
girl?
doing.
What's she doing?
I remember doing music videos too, right? And sometimes we had like a big PA system, and then sometimes we had like a little like raster box. You know what I mean? Like a little boom box, and you just press play and say, okay, we have to like sing this part of the song because everything comes back to the editing.
Yes.
In the end, and the editing is like, oh my God, did we get this shot, or did we get her singing this thing, or do I just show up a picture of her like jamming, or just a picture of the guitar? So did he edit the video as well?
Yes, he
or
did
no?
everything.
He did everything.
Yeah, Michael Muladar, he took on the entire project, and I have to commend him. It was such a warm day. We were all really genuinely very sweaty. In that space. It seems like I just sweat all the time.
Yeah.
When we have practice too, when we did the Dalai Lama show with you all, that prepping for that, there was so much sweat because we practice in this really warm space. Our drummers her home basically. She has this really big open area.
Right.
Basically in the middle of nowhere. I love you, Sinead, but you're in the middle of nowhere, my girl. And we would just be so hot and we'd sweat all the time. I feel like all of us lost a bunch of weight practicing for those shows. So,
Yeah, but you're too young for menopause and that kind of stuff.
I guess so.
Not yet.
No, I don't think I'm there as
Right.
yet.
So you see, you're sweating because you're nervous, or
No, because it's hot.
because
In
it's just
Trinidad,
hot.
yeah. I remember I fainted
Okay.
from heat once. I can't take it.
Right.
But yeah, so Love Me was something that Michael Muladar, he filmed it very well. I did liaise with him and told him what I wanted. I think I do that with everyone at this point.
Yeah.
I do like to, I don't want to say I'm a control freak. That sounds kind of bad.
But you are though.
Yeah.
I can tell. I can tell.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry. But when you want to get something done, you got to get it done.
No,
you know? And-
absolutely. Like tripped and falling hated me. Hated me.
Yeah, I'm a very much just, I mean, at least when it comes to music and the band, I'm very much about like, not that the process will handle itself, but like you take life helps you write the music, and then you just practice the music as much as possible, and then you go on stage and play.
Right.
And I was shown a whole different side of things by Uncle, and then Barry took the torch as well, and respect Barry, baby.
Correct.
But it opened my eyes to a lot of things that I actually don't care about anymore. But like the way that you say that,
Yeah.
for you, it's very much this process of you have the entire thing planned out and structured when it
Yeah.
comes to music, and I've come to not really enjoy that aspect of it as much. So I just leave a lot of that to happen. The music writes itself, and
I think you're allowed that. As an artist, you're allowed that,
it's
and
whatever your
it
process
should
is
be
for you.
encouraged.
Yeah.
I have to take on this role because I am my manager,
Well, I think-
and I am the everybody in one.
Yeah.
So I have to
Well, I
put
think
on
it's
the
different.
pants and and do it.
because you are also much more relevant still. And that relevance changes things. When I say you're more relevant, I mean,
Yeah, elaborate.
I will. But but so you're part of that generation that is accustomed to. I mean, you're the tail end of my generation, but you're part of that generation that is accustomed to handling these things for themselves, self-promoting, self-marketing, and self-managing.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't care for any of that. I just want to play music.
Nice.
So if it comes down to me playing music in my bedroom in my drawers because I don't want to go out and do the rest of that stuff, then that's where I'll play music.
And you should be, and that's okay because
and-
you're an artist, and that's your job.
Exactly.
Excuse me. It's your job to enjoy playing the music and being in your feelings and writing organically. And,
Yeah, but I just think but there's a way to do it without judging what other people do as
Of
well.
course, of
yeah,
course.
and I don't believe in. I mean, I look at you guys and say, well, it's crazy because it's so much work.
It
the
is a
amount
lot of
of
work.
work that you're doing, putting into it.
I've lost my mind a little bit.
Yeah, to play to.
No, I'm telling you.
Oh my
I'm
God.
telling you.
I mean, that's-
Wow, that's
I
actually
truly
true.
have.
isn't it?
We could do a podcast on that too.
Yeah. So no, I'd be so serious. I have changed.
Yeah.
It has changed my entire brain.
I think-
I am constantly
Yeah.
ticking. I don't shut off. It's ask my family, ask my friends. When I was in the process of making this song, we ran into a lot of hiccups.
Okay.
I think I caught a case of bad juju. Somebody out there just didn't want me to make this darn
Push
song.
back business.
Yeah. And I just, everything that you could imagine that could go wrong went wrong. And I spent a lot of time crying. There were a lot of very hard moments where I had to re-record things. We lost my vocals.
Yes, I remember.
We did.
I
And
remember.
just, we were talking about those organic takes and stuff. I had one of those great organic
Yeah,
takes.
and you knew that was the take,
And it was,
right?
it was the take. We
Yeah.
felt so confidently about it. And it was a freak accident because my entire team is so professional. Everybody, this has never happened before. We had to re-record bass. We had to re-record guitars. We had to re-record my vocal. When we did try to re-record the vocal, it just wasn't, something was just wrong. There was a fuzz in the air. And being who I am, I would be up 3 o'clock every morning. I would fall asleep at 5 a.m. To this day, I still don't really sleep much at night. I'm trying to fix that. But I would be up. I like being up when I'm alone. Simply because I get the time to that I don't know, that's the creative
I'm
person's
exactly the
hour.
same.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
when the juices flow. You feel alone. You know you're alone and you're allowed to be yourself.
Right.
So I would be up in my kitchen listening to mixes of the song, dancing and trying to feel it out and make sure that this mix sounds like what I need this song to sound like, to convey the emotion that I'm intending this song to give to listeners, because I want them to get excited when they hear it. That's the energy that I was pushing for with this song. So in order to please the listener, you have to be the listener. You have to enjoy it yourself. So I make music that sorry to rant about it, God, I could keep going. But I'm so passionate about music. I take it very seriously. I do. I'm very, very serious about it. And people ask me, aren't performances fun for you? It's really not.
No.
Simply because I take it. You all know that. I guess we're co-workers in a way.
Yeah.
Because we have worked together on a few projects and you all
Correct.
see me and what my mind is like when
It's all
I step
business.
in. It's completely business related.
It's all business.
And yes, it's
Yeah.
great to I have fun with my bandmates when we practice and we have great relationships with each other. I'm so
Yeah.
grateful for them, especially Navindra Maharaj, who does guitars for me and all of these recordings. Not this song in particular you're hearing in the background, but all the other songs. We have such great chemistry together. He's like a brother to me. Anthony Board is like a brother to me. We have this funny banter. We have this great chemistry. It makes working together easy, but they know that I mean business at the end of the day and they take it very seriously as well.
And so they should.
Yeah,
So
they
they should,
do.
because you're the leader. Yeah.
Thank you. I do take it seriously in that regard. So
But they also want to be led. Right?
I think they all have the ability to carry on those qualities themselves in their own lives and in their projects. I just want to help bring it out and show people that they can do that they have that laying dormant.
I'll tell you something about my life, okay? I would have loved to be led, but I'm actually a born leader.
Very nice.
Right?
I love that.
I don't want to be a leader. Sometimes I just want to be a part of the team, right? So let's say I started in another band right now. I would just want to be the bassist. That's it. I don't want to promote it. I don't want to whatever. I don't want the action. I don't want the stress. There's a lot of stress involved, and the fan and the regular person doesn't understand how much stress it is to be an artist. Sometimes I know people that vomit before they go on stage. Right,
No name's called, right?
No name's calling
For
right
the
now.
whole first 2 years that you're in a band.
Gosh. For real?
Yeah, the whole first 2 years that I was in a band, just look for me in the bathroom.
I'll tell you what happens to me, but it's gross. So
Tyrone. I just people in
Hadid.
Oh yeah, let's use that. Yeah, okay. The cheese is online. Tyrone is online. Megan is online. Right, Elijah. Right, love you guys. Thanks for tuning in. We hope that to get as many people on the program as possible. What we're gonna do right now is that we're just gonna go and wrap up one of Rihanna's last songs. I'm not too sure which one we didn't play, but I'll just talk to Vish here and see if we can play one more right before you go.
Of course.
And then after that, me and Chadi will wrap up the show.
Well, before I want to go, I want to let everybody know I have a secret that I formed with you.
Oh.
We have a show. I have a show coming up.
That's right.
Yeah.
We do. Like,
Yeah,
what
do.
date is it?
It's the 26th of July.
Okay.
Chad,
Let
we
me
spoke about this
let
yesterday.
Let me write that down. The
What kind of
26th
Game
of
of
July.
Lions thing is this?
All right. That is the MSC. The MSC does a show at the Dalai Lama.
Yes.
Right.
And they
So
do
the
it very
26th.
well. Y'all do a very
you know
great
what?
job.
Like we're trying our best to promote local acts and stuff. So yes,
We
the
appreciate
MSC.
it. We really do
Well,
appreciate
thank you.
it.
I and Giles also appreciates it too.
We
and
love
Hard
you,
Rock.
Giles. We love you, Hard Rock. I truly, from the bottom of my heart, I am so grateful for the way that you've not just given me, but other artists the ability to have a space to play and to share stories. And that means a lot. So thank you. We truly do appreciate
I
it.
really appreciate that. And, thank you, Internet, that, we are trying, right? We are trying to get everyone lit.
Yeah.
At the MSC and not only in the Dalai Lama, wherever it is, right? Wherever we can help, right? We will be there as the MSC.
So yeah, I'll be there on July 26th. That's a Friday night.
Oh, it's a Friday. Let me write that down too.
It's a Friday night.
I put my pants on.
I'm surprised he even remembers to put his pants on, Chad. But yeah, I'm playing with my full band, and we'll be doing a mix of these original songs that you're hearing in the background here. And
you know, I'm only
some
teasing.
covers
I'm
as
only
well.
teasing her, you know, because I know that we spoke last night and we're trying to like get there, but she was uncertain if she was gonna actually do like an acoustic kind of show or if she wanted the full band. But I got a message last night saying the full band.
Oh,
To be,
yeah,
I
of
actually,
course.
you know, I like both, but I really love the full band because I love the noise.
That's the comment I'm getting. Everybody loves the energy of the
Yeah.
full band a lot. They love our chemistry together, and I think that's
Yeah.
why they wanted to play together again, just because we have so much fun
And
together.
the band is tight, like tight as shit, man.
Thank you.
I love it.
We enjoy it.
Love
We
it.
enjoy it. Well, thank
So
you so
please,
much,
everyone,
Dan.
come out on the 26th of July. Dalai Lama, right? Rai is gonna be mashing up the place. Yes. All right. So we're gonna do one more song from Rai, and then we're gonna finish off the show tonight. Hopefully.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Love me.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right.
We made it.
What's- Okay, well, all right. They're asking me to introduce my song. All right, everyone. You're listening to Our Radio. This is Kelocal Lockdown Tuesdays. This is Hana, and you're about to hear my song, Love Me.
Hurry, I've been waiting. You had me up on the final night. Are you ready? 'Cause I'm ready. Can you feel it stirring? You and me, a little burning fire. Now the heat is rising. Thoughts are racing around this room and getting restless over you.
Yes, boy. If you want heavy, right? Okay, they have heavy music in Trinidad and Tobago. All right, let's go and light up Chad's mic there, okay? All right, so we can talk. Yeah, check 1, 2. You know, man, I would like to play this whole song, I like to play this whole song, but I'm telling you, that band bad like crab. It bad like crab. And I'm telling you something about Lynchpin. Lynchpin could throw a show.
I just want to say I'm.
You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm real sorry to myself that I missed that show on Saturday. Actually,
Yeah, no, me too. Like I was working.
I wanted to.
I was working
to
the
see,
show. I was
life,
working
right?
on.
Too much life came up.
Yeah,
and
100%. But there's a lot of times that I have seen people play a gig, and they take a picture of themselves on the stage, and they go, oh, like here we are playing, and they never show the crowd. And I saw a picture from Devin Harry Paul. Devin, you out there? You listening? All right, so Devin took a picture. Devin plays with Pootie, I think,
Yeah,
right?
that's right.
And he took a picture of the crowd. And I'm telling you, they had over 400 people there. Over 400.
Yeah.
Like when I'm a good gauge of how many.
Yeah, but those guys put on a brilliant show.
Massive.
A brilliantly produced show. Everything I've seen on it was spectacular. It was a really good show.
Yeah, well, Sivani boys, remember when we were younger?
Pioneers.
When you were younger.
I'll always be younger.
Yeah, I remember Sivan had Necropolis. You remember Necropolis?
That's right.
That was the beginning, That was the beginning. And don't ever forget Necropolis. Hopefully, we have a Necropolis somewhere that we can play before the end of this show. But Necropolis was the start of Lynchpin.
Yeah, pre-God complex.
Yeah.
And brilliant.
It's unbelievable how successful Sivan and Lynchpin have become.
Unbelievable because those guys work real hard and they love what they do and they do it well.
And my reasoning is not actually not that. Is that it's not unbelievable. It's more like they're in Trinidad and Tobago, right?
Yeah.
With a heavy. Like, did you hear the song? Like, this song is heavy. Yeah. And they have 400 plus people in a party because they know how to do it. Yep. Maybe they had like confetti cannons. I don't know. But we never had a confetti cannon, Chad.
A well organized show. Like merch booth outside, bar outside, everything properly handled. I heard it was really, really well set up.
I saw people taking Lynchpin tattoos.
Yeah, you can get tattoos.
You hear that? Right? So people like to have tattooed for life.
Sick.
Lynchpin.
Uncle, can I give you a tattoo? Let's get a tattoo going and I'll give you a tattoo.
Actually, give me that handband there for a sec. Come. Like, listen, you don't think we scoring here? Watch this. What's going on here?
That's Sivan's own.
Can you see this?
Sick.
I don't know if you can see this. You can see that? Dude, they have merch. They do it right. They hire the best people. Stephen Rovidas for lights. Right? I'm not too sure who the sound company was, right? Right? But it was the Center of Excellence, I'm sure. Vish?
Yeah, Center of Excellence.
Okay, well, I'm gonna write this down in the comments about who did the sound, who did the lights, and that kind of stuff, because what we need to learn from a band like Lynchpin, right, is that you do it right and you do everything right to the best of your ability. Every band should do this. It doesn't matter if you're heavy or light or whatever, right? When we were together with Tripped and Fallen, we did it right too, right? We tried our best, right? We didn't play all the time. Remember? We kind of said, okay, you know, we'll play in Arriba this month, and then we'll play in San Fernando this month, and then we'll play in Port of Spain this month, and whatever, and not kill the band. Right? Another this is like totally random. A lot of people like charity shows. Well, you're a good band, you know, you have a lot of friends and stuff. And at some point in time in our career,
you might have to elaborate on what you mean by charity show. There.
When I say charity show, like you know, like you might have like I don't know, whatever charity is, like cancer or whatever. And I said, look, we would love to play, but sometimes you can't play because you just played the day before, and it may not bring a crowd, or you may kill the band as well. Like, the band is actually.
I think that was more our main reason for not playing shows ever as Krypton 4, because we would play. I mean, casinos. We would play tiny places. It was literally just not killing out the band.
Yeah. I agree because we were approached by every casino.
Yeah.
Oh, come and play. And then, you know, we actually did a casino once, and there were like 3 people.
I think we did 2 casinos. We did we did one in town, and we did one in.
Yeah, I remember the one in town. I think that was in Long Circular Mall or something.
Show with Bassett. Either was in a casino or attached to a casino or something.
I'm not sure, but you know, I'm getting old.
That Long Circular Mall casino show is a lot of fun. It's really random watching people play slots while you like jump around a stage.
But, I know. No one is taking on the band. You know,
that was a different time though, because that year we were saving up to head to England. So
right.
A lot of people think like we just pull money out of our butts to go on tour. Nope. We played something like 60 to 80 shows in that year in 2005, 2004 to 2005.
Well, I just want to let Chad know that Kelo is online.
What's up, Kelo?
What's up, Kelo?
Expect an answer,
right? Well, I don't know. Like,
but
hopefully he's gonna say something cool.
But the only way we managed not to kill the band in that year was that we were playing everywhere, and we were playing to varied audiences. We tried to do it, I mean, as smart as we possibly could.
I've spoken to a bunch of bands here, and they were killing themselves right now. As you know, right? If I wanted to join a band right now, I would just have 100 people or 200 people there. It doesn't matter what I do, because I think I'll be professional, and I will put a product out that will bring people in. And as the MSC, the Mute Sound Company, right, I kind of decided that it's better that I help 100 bands than just help myself. And I guess that's why I'm on the program right now, right, to help local music, which I've always been that has always been my passion.
Yeah, man.
Right, to get somebody out of here, out of Trinidad and Tobago, to be a big star and a big rock star and whatever. So I haven't succeeded yet. Sorry, this mic is giving a little bit. Oops. Hello. Check. Anywho, what we are playing now? Anything? All right. So what we're gonna do is we are nearly done the program. It's like 9:37, right, on O.U.R.radio.fm, and I think that we might have an insert coming up next, possibly, right? All right. So we might have insert coming up next. It might be Smiling Still.
Maybe
Smiling Still. Maybe. I'm not sure, right? Because I have like 5 screens in front of me. I'm all brand new to this, but I love you guys. How much time we have left on that one? Let's see. All right. Okay, cool. Now we have plenty time with Pooty, right? So we're gonna go back to Pooty, and then after that, we're gonna head to Smiling Still. Okay? Love you guys. Let's go.
No
Yes, sir. That was Insert Coin. A lesson to learn. Do you guys remember this song? To be honest, the DJ is not here right now. That's actually why just playing what's next. Not because I was in Insert Coin. I really like Insert Coin though. Like, great band. And there's a lot of great bands out there in Trinidad and Tobago. If I just look at this playlist right now, just listen to this playlist. Alter Roots, Beyond the Animals, Flying Crapo, Headstrong Violence. You all remember these guys? Execution Mode, Tampa Evident, The Astral Garden, Tripped and Fallen. And I'm just reading what the Supernormal Band, Mindscape Laboratory. We have so much talent in this country. This is the MSC on local, Kelocal, or Kelocal, Lockdown Tuesdays. Always nice to hear a blast from the past. But I'll tell you something. This is the future. This next song, you want to hear this one, okay, guys? Trust me. This is a band, local band, Trinidad and Tobago, called Cypher. Hear this one. Wow. Listen, if you guys don't like that band, like something's wrong with you, man. Right? That guy is hardcore. Hardcore. All right, so we're going back into the past for a sec, right? We're going back in the past. Yeah. This is the Astral Garden. And then we're going to wrap it up for tonight, okay? I love you guys.
Staring at the wall, I never did have anything at all. I sit alone, staring at the wall, where only spiders crawl. I gave you all of my time, all of
That was the Astral Garden, ladies and gentlemen. We're about to wrap this thing up. I just want to say big up to our radio.fm, to Kelocal Tuesdays. Thanks so much for having me and allowing me to be here. And we're gonna close this off with a with a big one by Headstrong Violence called "Stab You Into the Ground." Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much.
Magic. That's what I want to say. Magic. Thank you.
Yeah, this
radio.fm.
This is Chad Mute from Mute Sound Company.
And I am Chad Afonso, and I love you guys.
Good night. Lots of love.
Bless.